right, guys, welcome. It's Father Time. We are at Bradley International Airport in a UPS freighter. The plan is to go to Kennedy and fly a Cat 3, practicing for my last recurrent training ever. I'm going to push back, tail nose to the right. We are on VATSIM, by the way. Plan on going out Foxtrot. This runway is taxi. Let me show you something. Foxtrot. It says runway. It used to be runway 1. This airfield update that I have is incorrect. This is actually taxiway Echo right on Charlie. So expecting to push back Foxtrot Echo Charlie for runway 24. We'll go over Kennedy. We'll try to lower the weather down and do a Cat 3 practicing for my R9. Last one. Bat Spy. We've got Bradley, Ground Tower, ATIS. Haven't called them yet. And nothing going on at Kennedy at the moment other than a couple of aircraft. All right, so I'm signed in here. I'm connected. Haven't got my clearance yet. The frequencies are all set up. Let me see. Let's move this out of the way. Got my mic working, which, as you know, is no small feat for me. Got my cockpit set up. With the freaks. Let's bring this over. Towers 20.3 and backup. Ground is 21.9. I've got the ATIS. It's information alpha. And 3019 is the altimeter. And I've got to set that. Should be 180 feet if that altimeter is correct. So 3019. 3019. Yeah, 180 feet. That's all good. Make sure my friend over here, Bob, if you haven't flown with me before, I fly a lot with Bob. He and I like to fly together. Our clearance, we're expecting 4,000 runway heading. They're going to give us the Bradley departure. It's probably going to be a 280 heading on departure. That's usually what they give you. I'm fired on the Bradley 6. We've checked our flight plan, gone through the route. Let me show you all this stuff. Make sure we're all on the same page. Bradley to JFK, runway 24, UPS 400. The route is copied. Bradley 6 departure, vectors, direct veers, which is runway heading, but they're going to give us probably a 280. Veers, Pauling, Kingston, arrival, ILS 31 left. We would walk through the legs and plan, cross-checking them against the map. And it's just runway heading. Veers, Pauling, Kingston, then the arrival, Lolly, we'll set that up later. And vectors after that for the ILS to 31 left. Try to do a Cat 3. 145, 50, 58. 58's in the window. Second, and that's for a, let me show you something kind of cool. Let me get this up here where you can see it. I use the electronic kit bag to get a reduced power takeoff. When I plugged in all the numbers, TO1, flaps 5, all that, 91.1 with assumed temp of 20. 91.1 assumed temp of 20. Put the assumed temp 20 in, and I did TO1, right? It came up with 95.4, and this one is showing 95.4, so it's higher than that thing. But I did use the electronic kit bag, so that's kind of cool, right? We get that one back here. See if I can figure out how to put it back. There we go. And we'll make sure everything else is set up. And takeoff page 2, you always check that, right? And 1500 Excel and thrust reduction. That looks good. And I'm going to be on legs and make sure the takeoff is set. We did that. 58, 52. And the perf is all set. Perf 538, max landing weight is 575 on this cargo bird. It says 8,000. We're going to go up to 20,000. and descent will be set up. Let me see, VNAV. Everything else looks good, right? All right, let's try to do this VATSIM stuff here, guys. With the caution, ATIS, we already checked it. I think I'm ready for pushback. Let's go over the ground, give them a call. Oh, let's make sure the chalks are out, guys, before I do this silliness. Ground ops, chalks removed. And the doors are armed, by the way. And we're cargo, so we just arm one L and R. Let's go outside before we call them. Get this back into map mode. Not in a big hurry to go out there, am I? And let's go outside. Take a look around, make sure we got everything together. Nothing's around. The right, Foxtrot, Echo, Charlie. That's our plan. Let's see how it goes. Looks like there's a couple other aircraft here. Make sure we're transmitting on the correct frequency. I'm going to request runway 24. See if we can get a word in here. And Bradley Ground, UPS 400 at the UPS hangar. Information Alpha, request clearance to Kennedy. Ready to copy? 400. Okay, American, how's this? UPS 400 is cleared to JFK, Bradley 6 departure, radar vectors veers, climb maintain 4000, expect 200 10 minutes after departure, departure freak 122.8, squawk 7055. Push at our discretion, we'll expect runway 24, we'll call you ready to taxi, UPS 400. All right guys, so that was easy enough. 7055. And it's got common for departure. There is a tower frequency here, as I mentioned. All right, so let's run the checklist. Go up here. Hey, Bob, let's run the checklist, please. Bob says, okay. Oxygen is checked. Should have done this before we called them. Flight instruments were checked. Now, you know what? Let's set 980 engine out. Let's be disciplined here, right? Down here, 980. That's the engine out. So, if you haven't flown with me before, I am an old airline pilot. I retire in September after 36 years with actually American Airlines. I'm going to say it, getting that far along. I would appreciate if you would subscribe. We also have a Discord. I'll leave the link in the description. And the rest of the instruments are good. Parking brakes are still set. Let's do that. Normal. Got my last recurrent training. Let's put the seatbelt signs on. Clear to start, so I'm going to turn the hydraulic pumps on. You go right to left, go clockwise, okay? Then you put on, we got a lot of fuel even in the center. No, we don't, actually. We're pretty light. And beacon on. And Bob over there, that's my flow. Bob should be on FMC, legs page. And Bob's flow is doors. Never hurts to check the wheels. Let me go up here and get doors. They're armed. Go back to engine for start. And he checks logbook. I check logbook. We check the cockpit door is secured. And we're ready to push. Let's go get these guys pushing for us. Rest of the checklist. MCP. So I got 237 is runway heading. He didn't give us a heading. 4,000. 158 is V2 LNAV. Heading select because it's our departure is runway heading. And looks good. MCP is correct. Takeoff speeds, we checked that. Already talked about it. CDU, we checked the legs and the route. Trim is going to be 4.5 units. 4.5. We'll double check that after we get the closeout. Taxi takeoff brief. Okay, Bob, it's going to be my takeoff. Our taxi plan here is to go out pushback, nose to the right. We are going to plan on going out pushing here. Fox, Echo, which is runway 1, old thing. Charlie, hold short of 24. Runway heading. If we need to come back in, the min sector altitude. Transition is 18, of course. Min sector altitude here is 36. Let's go to 4,000. And if we're engine out, coming back around to land. And we can come back into 2-4. We don't need to dump. Any questions? No. And we go over the takeoff stuff too. Anything prior to 80 knots, I'll execute the abort. Between 80 and V1, engine failure, fire, compressor stall, controllability issues, or predictive wind shear, which there's no weather, we'll expect to abort. Otherwise, kind of in the go mode. If it happens to be engine failure, we'll clean it up in VNAV at 980. There's no engine out procedures. If we get a wheel problem on takeoff, don't let me pull the gear up. Let's leave the gear down. We'll come back in, dump some fuel, and come back in here and land. Well, you know, this is a freighter. I usually fly the 300. Yeah, we have dump. Okay. We don't have freighters at my company, so I want to make sure of that one. Any questions? Bob says no when Bob talks. Okay, we're clear to push. Let's go back down here and push back. Menu, actions. I'll let you see what I'm doing here. Push back. This guy's probably wondering, where the heck is this guy? We're going to go nose. We're going to go up here and go standard left, nose right, and we'll go 90 degrees. That's fine. It's not going to let me do that till I get a tug hooked up. Now I can put in 90 degrees. Hopefully this airplane's coming to Microsoft soon. Okay. Let's put this away. Make sure one last check. I don't have any messages. All right, I think we're ready. Start it. All right, we're clear to push, and we are clear to start. So let's go in here. We're going to say we're clear to start, okay, guys? And so we're going to go one at a time. What kind of engines do we have on this thing? Geez, we can start both engines at once. Should be monitoring here. So this little tick mark on the EGT is when it's fully started. We're not going to need any engine ice because we're above 10 degrees. No visible moisture. Let's go outside. I'll let Bob monitor the start. I'm going to come in here. Yeah, so the Pratt & Whitneys and the Rolls-Royces. Wow. Rolls-Royces you can start 2 at a time. Pratt & Whitneys and GE 1 at a time. Right, Freaky D? Freaky D's a Boeing engine, and he's trying to get that into my thick skull. Yeah, this looks like it's going to work out nicely on the pushback. Yeah, so the package I have from Brad, I bought this scenery pack. Is incorrect. The taxiways. I'm going to disconnect the plug. I'm going to see if he actually says. All right. So we're going to give him a salute when he gets out there. I don't think we're actually going to be able to see that. I want to try to see. Let me just come in here, make sure there's no tug. And all right. 2 normal starts. Nice job, Bob. Love Bob. Going to go flaps 5, please. APU, shut it down. Checklist. Anti-ice not required. Recall, always. Push that button. Nothing comes up here. You know, I push this button up here, right? Boom. Flight controls. Let's go outside. See if I got it working today in my VATSIM fiasco. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. If you haven't flown with me, I tell you the FO usually checks the ailerons and elevators. 6 seconds stop to stop. Captain usually checks the rudders. That's my hostage stick, or I am getting a new yoke. And that's my rudder pedals. Reset the parking brakes. Okay, so flight controls worked. Those of you who fly with me know that's always exciting. Always exciting. And back to the checklist. And ground equipment is clear. All right, I'm going to, while we're talking to him, I'm going to click on up here so it's quieter. And I'm going to call him. And Bradley Ground, UPS 400 Information Alpha Taxi. Okay, Charlie, runway 24 for UPS 400. Heavy. Okay, Echo Charlie. That's what we talked about. So it's going to be right on Foxtrot here, right on Charlie. Ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Bob, are you ready? Bob's ready. Parking brake is now released. All right, little VATSIM action over to JFK. I'm kind of hoping maybe they'll get a tower by the time we get there. I'm trying to practice VATSIM as much as possible. I'm also getting ready for my recurrent. So after 36 years, my last recurrent training is after my next trip. I'm going to Doha. This is not an active runway, guys. The airfield diagram is inaccurate. This is actually
0, 1.
So that was Foxtrot. This is Echo, and then we're going to go right on Charlie. Yeah, it confused me the first couple of times, and then the VATSIM controller a couple of trips ago told me, oh yeah, that's that
On
diagram
runway 0,
is
1,
inaccurate.
2,700 feet remaining.
But anyway, the rest of the details pretty nice. All right, we've checked the flight controls, so take off that and bugs. All right, he tells me weights, winds, and temperatures. He checks the weights, even though we're doing a reduced traffic. Hold on a second. Traffic. Traffic. Here we go. Uh, he said, okay, we came in right on plan, and we're going to check his zero fuel weight, make sure that's updated. Want to look down and set the trim, 4.5, it's set. Weights, winds, we get a headwind. It's actually crosswind, 3008, slight headwind. Weights, winds, temperatures, well, we're doing assumed takeoff. If it was a max takeoff, we'd want to check to make sure we were below 19. If we're above, I'm sorry, sir. Did you say to hold short of Charlie for UPS 400? Okay, hold short of Charlie, UPS 400. All right, cool. Let's go see if we can see him. You know, I have trouble hearing the controller. Um, the regular cockpit noise. I almost have to go up here and click on the. I'm kind of excited because I got this traffic global. Let me see if I can see this guy. Huh. I don't really see him anywhere, do you? Oh, there he is. Too cool. All right. Hey, I put that traffic thing, global traffic, and it works. I've been waiting to. Did you say UPS 400 back to runway 24, sir? That goes runway 24, UPS 400, thanks. All right. Yeah, I'm heck of a time hearing him. All right, give him a little room there. Yeah, right. I know what you're doing, Captain. I should have. I'm going to get my lights ready to take off here. I better not do that. I'm in VATSIM. Let's go. Echo Charlie. We're on Echo, which is really the old runway 1. All right, so we did takeoff data and bugs. Next thing we do is MCP and radios. MCP, we'll check that when we get on Charlie here. It's going to be kind of a long video just to do a Cat 3 at Kennedy, Autoland. But, you know, I got to practice this VATSIM stuff. You guys seem to like it when I do the VATSIM. I like it too. It's kind of cool. And to be honest with you, the controllers, in my opinion, the controllers really appreciate traffic. Right here is where our nose. All right, so the MCP and radios, we're checking 6 departure, LNAV. Got that backwards, don't I, guys? Heading select VNAV, so I do the stuff. 4,000, that's right. 152, 158, 980 engine out, and we go to thing, and it's runway checked runway 24. And we flight attendants right about now is 20.3 for UPS 400. Thanks a lot, sir. You know what's funny? Is I've got my mic and my brakes on the same thing. I'm gonna have to check that. All right, we're gonna get rolling right away. So I'm gonna go up here and chime them. I'm gonna get my lights on too, because it sure is hard to do all this and taxi the airplane. Holding short. I'll give him a call. Because yeah, it's funny. I had the trigger as my PTT, so whenever I hit it, I it stops the airplane. So I obviously have to assign another key. I'll just come to a stop. And Bradley Tower, UPS 400 heavies ready at runway 24. Hold short runway 24, UPS 400 heavy. All right. Oh, geez, yeah. Still out there. Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled. The traffic global is so now I can see the correct airplanes. For those of you who haven't flown with me, which is most of you, it's been quite the journey getting Father Time up to speed. Please join the community, the Discord. Please subscribe. I love this flight sim stuff. I've only been doing it a little over 3 months. I'm learning a lot. Got a real nice group of guys and girls that are working with us. So go on over to Discord, drop your pictures in there, shoot the breeze. I come on there as often as I can if I'm not working. He's still out there. He's been giving everyone 280. Let's put 280 in there. I can always just maintain runway heading if he doesn't give it to us. I'm going to click on the pilot so I can hear him better. Kind of busy here. I think whenever they get a controller, a tower, and ground, line up and wait, runway 24, UPS 400 heavy. All right, line up and wait. Finals clear. Let's get out there. Let's do this, kids. That break off. Too much fun. I think I'd like to try doing the controller thing down the road. Right now, I'm just kind of focusing on figuring out the sim world, getting ready for my last recurrent. I was telling the guys last trip, I've never felt as
Approaching 2-4.
for my recurrent training because of flight simming. I never did it before. What a benefit! You can do cat free, you can do everything. RNAV, non-ILSs, pretty darn cool. That's stuff you
On
don't get to
runway
practice much.
24.
in the sim, in the real airplane, naturally. 280 on the heading, clear for takeoff, runway 24, UPS 400 heavy. All right. 80 knots, speed acceleration checks. 12 degrees nose high. It's giving me a turn, but we want to wait till 400. You're up. We want to wait until 400 feet before we start our turn. Here's 400. All right. There's climb power. Start cleaning it up. 3 for 4. Yeah, thanks for everything. Great job. UPS 400 heavy going to 22.8. See ya. All right, let's get the on so we can do some of this stuff. Go down here. All right, we're climb and maintain. Let's go up to 20, guys. He don't care. Bradley don't give a damn. That's our final clearance. Let's go down the road. Go over to Veers. How does that look? Good. Execute. And we go to LNAV. All right. Before takeoff's done. After takeoff, climb checks complete. All right, guys. So, weather. LNAVing it. Let me go out here so I can see where I'm going. Options. All right, so tools. I do have active sky. I think I can actually do that with the weather. I could actually bring the stuff down. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use it. So base properties. Let's bring this down, right? Let's get it down to 0 feet. Type Cirrus is fine. Density. Guys, we're going to go all the way down here. Density 0. Tops 22,000. Base altitude type. Base altitude. Maybe I can just go, yeah, right. Let's just try it. I don't care what it is with this auto land in it. Apply weather changes. I don't know if that's going to do it. So out of 10, I'm going to chime them, whoever they are. We'll get the lights at 18. Let's start getting set up for Kennedy. It's going to come fast and furious. So tell you some of the things I'm thinking about. Airports, JFK. Whenever you get weather that's close to Cat 3, we brief at Cat 3. Sometimes it's been a long time. So let's take it in order. Let's do the Star. We're doing the Kingston. We're expecting, these are all expected altitudes. Lolly at 20, Lendy at 19, and 250. My experience is VATSIM's not giving us that. And then we're going to come in for a left base to runway 31. So here we go. We're up here going Veers, Pauling, Kingston. Pick up the arrival. Expect Lolly at 20. You could put in, if you wanted, the expected. Lolly's already in there at 20. And then Lendy, 250 and 19. Just so you have the expected in there and your box is set up. And we'll put in Lolly at 20 just because we're practicing. All right, so the arrival's set up. And I think I already have in, let me do that again, hold on, before I go. I already have in JFK ILS 31 left. Hey, let's do something here. Hey, JFK Tower is up. Too cool. All right, ATIS and Tower is up. Who's better than us? No one. So Tower, woohoo. Sorry about that, guys. Tower is going to be 19.1. And ATIS 28.75. Trying not to shut down any engines today. Slewing all around, right? It's driving some of my guys crazy. Leveling at 20. I give Bob the airplane. You got it, Bob. 28.75. So we got JFK Tower. This turned out to be a real VATSIM fight. VATSIM fight. I don't know about, we don't have a New York Center or approach control or ground, but we get the rest. So very cool. Very cool. Here's our VATSPY. Yeah, Tower and ATIS. Very nice. Too cool. All right. We don't need that anymore. Don't need this anymore. We should have gotten the altimeters, right? That's not good. Climb on up there. Sitting here yapping away. Go up to 20. Lights would come off. Bob would have got. I'm not worried. All right, we'll get the Kennedy weather. I'm expecting 31 left. So let's brief that up. Don't forget to subscribe. What do we have? I think we have 562. On our way to 1,000. I'm just having fun building my subscribership, guys. It's really fun. Really, everyone is so supportive. It's pretty darn cool. All right, so ILS 31 left. ILS 31 left. ILS 31 left, Kennedy 21-65. You have the airplane. Roger, the airplane. Should have done that earlier, right? I think I did, actually. And then keeping an eye on VATSIM up here. Nothing. Okay, 111.35 and 314 for ILS 31 left. He's probably, I'm not sure which runway they're going to give us. They might give us 31 right. Normally, American gets 31 right. But I've briefed 30, I'll brief 31 left. I don't know if there's a Cat 2 on that. I need to practice Cat 3. So let's go back here. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to request 31 right for practice autoland. You know what? They don't have one here. But you know what? We can, guys, we can do it. The airplane will autoland here, it definitely will auto land. 1800 RVR, 31 right. All right, we're just going to pretend that it does. So the way you set up for auto land, oh, if we get the winds, maybe, now then I don't want to do that to them. I was going to say we could request the 4 right. You go to radio, not baro, and you set 0 for the Cat 3 down here, 0. They're returning at Veers at Kingston on the arrival, and I'm going to request 31 right. Let's say they gave us, I want to talk to you about something. If they gave us hold at Lendy, right? I'm going to set that up real quick, just so we can talk about it. Hold, next hold, Lendy, hold. And they told us hold inbound on the 135 right-hand turns. That's good. Execute it. When you do that, and they give us an EFC of 1800. See this? The EFC, expect further clearance time. That's our fixed ETA. Normally, that'd be the first time that you would cross the fix after your EFC inbound. Suppose we have only 4 minutes of hold, so we really couldn't do it. We divert on into Dulles, or we could change our alternate to Newark. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. Alternate to Newark. And it probably would lower it down. Put that in there just in case, right? Our reserve plus alter, that'll drop that down to around 10. If we could change it to Newark. So we're kind of fudging it here, guys. The weather's fine in Kennedy. We're simulating a Cat 3. And we're coming on in. I'm going to try to get an auto land. On a runway that is not auto land certified, which is 111.5314. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with that. 111.5314. GH would be 212. We're putting in 0, pretending it's auto land. It's got Mausers, Pappy. Airplane should auto land anyway, any ILS runway. It's illegal. We wouldn't do it. 111.5315. 111.5314 rather. 111.5314. 200. And we need, let's say 300 in advisory. So 300 approach, 300 mid in advisory. Takeoff, you need 300, 300, 300. I think it's actually 555 at Kennedy. But here we just need approach and advisory. And we have to have our lighting all up to speed. We have to know what kind of runway. We have to be a Cat. We're going to give it a shot. Give it a shot practicing Cat 3 procedures. Bob and I would absolutely go over Cat 3 procedures. And the reason is, it's a real good chance Bob and I haven't done it since last time we're in training. And then approach airport after landing. We're going to land on 31 right, auto land. We do landing data. We're over 8,000 feet and dry runway, and we're below our max landing weight. Or we didn't have to do data, but it would come up to around 5,200 feet. We'll plan on clearing at Victor, Tango Alpha into gate 12. That's where we're going to go. And we go over the auto land procedures together. Let's check in. All right, so he's not going to want to talk to us until we are align for 31 right. So what we're going to do is just come on in, and you don't ever go to a right base at 31 right, because you'll be with the Guardia traffic. So what you do is that you come in here, and right about here, you to about a 180 heading, and they'll vector you around for 31 right. But he's not going to want to talk to us in VATSIM, and we are aligned on final for 31 right. Cool. All right. All right, let's talk with Bob about, I'm going to cross Lendy at 250 and 19, and I'm going to put that in there. I put in 19, and the airplane we're in VNAV, LNAV, will cross Lendy because I have it programmed at 250 and 19, which we have in the box. Okay? So we'll let it do that. I feel like I'm hunching over here. I know you guys like my sign. I know you do. So here we go. 28,725, still no ATIS. I've got it toggled up, and we're listening for ATIS. Descent check. Let's run through that. Recall. Let's do that. Make sure we're not missing anything. Nothing pops up. Passenger signs are on. In preparation for descent, I'm just going to throw the lights on now, guys. Usually I get them out of 18. Notes, that's stuff that comes up after an abnormal. We're not going to do anything abnormal here. Auto brakes, you do minimum of 3. Oh, by the way, flaps for autoland, and it'll autoland a single engine, but so you can either use 20 or 30. Cannot use flaps 25. But if you are engine out, this thing will autoland flaps 20. It should be descending soon to cross Lendy at 250 and 19. Auto brakes are 3. That's a minimum of 3 with that visibility. Landing data is checked. Approach briefing is complete. Now, a couple of things we go over with Bob. We'd have to have the equipment to do this. Is the airplane ready? Yes. Is the, I don't know if this up here, and automated weather observation. That's not for Kennedy. This is crossing Lendy at 250 and 19. Oh, I got to take the hold out, don't I? Dummy. That would have been bad. All right, crossing Lendy at 250 and 19. Yeah, the Kennedy ATIS is not coming up. Am I doing something wrong? 28,725. 28,725. Nope. I'm correct. So somewhere in here we'd be going over to Kennedy approach and giving them the ATIS. So far we don't have it. I'll assume it's the same ATIS. I guess I'll just use this one up here. Altimeter is going to be 3024. I'll set that later. I'll preset it, 3024, down here. All right. It's somewhere in here after Lendy, guys, they give you a 180 heading and 13,000. So we're going to go, wow. Did you see what I saw? That wasn't good. $180 heading and down to 13,000. One 3,000, and I go level change 250. All right, and once I do that, I can extend off of Rosley, Okay, and looks good. You don't have to activate that. Extend off Maldi. Say how does that look, and it looks good. And we're going in for a left downwind for runway 31 right. Still no approach control or tower. I'm going to go over to here. Lights are on out of 18. Altimeters out of 18. Transition 302412 3 times. All right, so finally, Bob, ILS Cat 3 into Kennedy, your aircraft. He's flying. And we go to approach. ILS Cat 3, 111.5, 314, going down to 0. And visibility, we need 300. We got that. Probably not. And in the event of missed approach, it says climb to 1800, then climbing left turn to 4000 outbound LaGuardia. So 4000 will go in the window if we need it. I double check that here, and there's 4000 over to Martha. Looks good. We talked about after landing, we're going to try to exit at Victor, cross the bridge, Tango Alpha into gate 12. And still no ATIS coming up. I mean, we've got the ATIS running across the top. I'm just going to use that. Doesn't say JFK. Altimeters are set. Descent check is complete. Finally, I'm going to brief Bob. So, Bob, it's going to be my landing. Remember your procedures for the Category 3. You see anything that you don't like, just say go around. Don't be ambiguous. Don't be shy. Remember, you're going to be in the cockpit all the way through rollout. So your calls at 300 feet, I'll start transitioning in and out. Otherwise, both of us are in the air inside. If we have to go around anytime, it breaks any of the parameters, just say going around, flaps 20, we'll toga. Going around, toga, flaps 20, positive rate, gear up. Set missed approach altitude will be 4, and we'll fly the missed approach in LNAV unless tower tells us different. LNAV and VNAV. Probably will go to the top of the white bar on the PFD right here, guys. And then we'll hit VNAV and clean it on up. Kennedy Airport, information Tango. Tango. All right, just said Tango and then it went away. It's all right. All right, guys, let's say right about in here, they say American descend and maintain 8,000. I know I'm not making my VATSIM. Now, when you say 8,000, you need to get down in a hurry. So I'm going to spot speed brakes. It's going to be funny if they know 31 right is available. Yeah, I just saw Kennedy information pop up for a second, but now it's just the normal stuff. We're hustling on down to 8. Somewhere in here, they'd start vectors onto a downwind, probably about a 130 heading. Kennedy, here it is. It keeps coming up and going away. You know, maybe it's because I'm on, I'm going to come into tower. I'll put ground over here. I better not, because I think I'm supposed to be making my radio calls on, I'm just going to put, what I'm trying to do, guys, is see if I put tower, if maybe I'll get rid of that out of 10. I'm going to sterilize them. And let's go all the way down to 3. And I'll start slowing it down a little bit. Keep my speed brakes deployed. All right, why am I not hearing that ATIS? It really bugs me. Kennedy Airport, uniform, 1720, wind 245 at 10, visibility greater than, so it's uniform, and it goes away. 1720, 245, greater than 20 miles, sky conditions, no clouds below 20, temperature 19, dew point 3, altimeter 3026, ILS 22 right. Oh no, oh no. They changed the runway since takeoff. ILS 22 right, guys. This is good. That's actually okay. I'm going to go to ILS 22 left. And you know what's really good? Is they have a category 3 there. So it'll actually be legitimate. All right, so let's do this. Let's go on a downwind. This actually works out great. Would have been nice if they got the ATIS a little earlier, but we're going to go on a downwind, going down to 3. Kind of saved us from doing something sort of illegal, right? All right, so I don't need the speed brakes anymore. Don't know what that was. Yeah. All right, going down to 4. ILS 22 left. Much better. So let's get rid of that ATIS. Information and 027. I'm going to go 22 left. I'm just going to double check the altimeter. 3026. All right. The world is in order. All right, Bob, your airplane? Bob says, Roger, my airplane. Bob, I'm going to rebrief it. ILS 2 left. ILS 22 left. That's not what I wanted. ILS 22 left. Category 3. All right. ILS 22 left. We've got a 110.9, 224. 110.9, 224 going down to 0 on the radio altimeter. Somehow that went up to 1 foot. 0 on the radio altimeter. 4 for 3 on the descent. Bob's flying. Let's get rid of the ATIS now. I put Kennedy ramp over here. That's what I would do, just so you know. Get that ready to go, and then 21.5, we'd be monitoring guard over here. We'll say we did that, okay? I'm just going to give him a tour. I know I could be doing the VATSIM thing, calling out uncommon, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay on tower, and I don't think he's going to send us to ground. We're going to have ground ready to go over here. Still no Kennedy ground. All right, back to the brief. Bob's still flying. ILS 22 left at Kennedy. 110.9, 224 leveling at 3. Min sectors 3,000. Touchdown zones 12. Rosley at 23,000. Zelpo at 1,800. Missed approach is in the box. Climbing left turn to 3,000. JFK 190 to Chant. Let's make sure that's in there. Chant 3,000. We can still go flaps 30 and brakes 3 for legitimate auto land. Okay. And Bob, also, I'll be flying. I'll be in the cockpit, in and out. You're going to stay in the cockpit. Anybody see the go around? We go around, and we talked about the go around. Stay with me all the way through the runway, center line, right? So if we start drifting off center line, call center line, and I'll turn off the autopilot. If I don't go toga, right? See this little switch? Toga, middle is auto, the wheel is auto throttle disconnect, and the right is autopilot disconnect. So anyway, we'll stop straight ahead, turn off at Victor, go to gate 12. All right, cool. I'm psyched. I wish we could have gotten that a lot earlier, though. Would have helped. I do see traffic up here. Looks like they're lining themselves out of the distance. Yes, VATSIM world, I should be making, at least on here. To do it on common, that's okay. I'm just going to make sure I space myself off that guy up ahead of me. He looks like he's aligning too. See what I'm looking at here? This guy. So I'll come out, make sure I have plenty of spacing for 22 left ILS. See if we can see them out there. I love this flying stuff. So I'm going to slow it down a bit, guys. And the reason I'm going to slow it down is because and speed's below 265, flaps 1. Speed below 245, flaps 5. I'll go all the way to flaps 5 and bring it down to about 210. The reason I'm doing that is no sense droning. We'll wait till he gets at least a BMAs and get at least 5 miles spacing. Looks like he's coming up over Rosley, right there. Get nice and slow. Plenty of spacing on him. Little turbulence from active sky. And guys, I don't think I'm going to get the visibility down like I wanted. Wonder if I can do it with active sky. You know what? I'll deal with it later. Let's just do the category 3. I mean, I put it in up here, but evidently that doesn't work. Weather. A little late to be doing this, right? Weather, tops. Let's get it all the way down. Okay? Yeah. All right, let's do a turn to base. Yes, I give up. I'm going to slow it down. Flaps 15. I'm just going to get it nice and stable here for our approach on in. Flaps 15, so we're above our flaps 15 speed. I'll get my spoilers armed. Spoilers are armed. Flaps in gear to go. Come in outside of Rosley. I don't see anyone else here. Looks like we're going to have around 10 miles spacing, which is good. Yeah, so I wanted to set the weather down. That didn't work out. I still don't see any Kennedy ground, but Yeah, it's a little slower than it usually go. Usually around 210 here, but I want to give myself, since we're doing an autoland, plenty of spacing on that guy, and I don't see any other traffic around here or hear them either. Of course, they could be like me and not making radio calls on the common freak. Yeah, so yesterday I did engine out work. Today I'm doing a little Cat 3. Uh, Tomorrow I'll probably do a non-ILS, maybe a VFR approach or land. I've been practicing this stuff all along anyway and instructing it on all different airplanes, so pretty ready. As I mentioned, I don't think I've been this ready ever because of flight sim. Quite an advantage. You just can't practice a lot of any of this stuff in the real world. All right, UPS 400 heavy, turn left heading 280, left heading 280, UPS 400 heavy. UPS 400 heavy on that heading, you are cleared the ILS, runway 22 left. On a 280 heading, cleared the ILS 22 left, UPS 400 heavy. And you can make that heading UPS 260, 260, UPS 400 heavy. All right, so the ILS localizer's arm. And guys, it's going to be right on Juliet. Hold short of 22 right. That's what I'm going to do. Make sure I'm on the Tower Freak. And Kennedy Tower, UPS 400 heavy is 2 miles outside of Rosley for the ILS 22 left. Clear to land, 22 left, UPS 400 heavy. All right, here comes the glide slope. A little far out, but I'll get the gear just so it has no trouble. Sim's a little different, guys. Maintain the speed, and it gets all funky on me. Gear down, flaps 20. So we get low capture. Next thing we're doing, we're at alt, so technically you can put in the missed approach altitude, which is 3,000. That's in there anyway. Once you get out, capture there. Okay, that is glide slope capture. 143, so be 148 is going to be our final. Flaps 30, please. We're below 180. 148. All right, gear down, flap before landing checklist, please. Before landing checklist is complete, you're clear to land. All right, guys. Here we come. We get low capture, glide slope capture. I'm going to click on the V pilot so I can hear better. I've got to get this cockpit noise down. His volume is real. No time messing it now. All right. Look, capture guys. So Bob, you see anything, buddy? I'm inside the whole way. You're inside the whole way. I'll be inside the whole way until 300 feet, which time I'll be inside outside. Stay with me all the way through rollout. And guys, we are still, we can't see anything. I'm sorry about that. I thought I had it all set, but that's okay. Same practice. So right now, if Bob said, he wouldn't say, we just lost the localizer or we just lost the auto throttle. See this land 3? That's what we're looking for by 1,500 feet. So low capture, glide slow capture, land 3. Zalpo, we card crossing at 1,500. We are cleared land, and there's no ground freak. Plan on clearing at Juliet. We'll have to get the autopilot off. Clear at Juliet. He wouldn't say like, well, lost the auto throttles. He would just say go around, and we would go toga, flaps 20, going around toga, flaps 20, positive rate gear up, set missed approach altitude 3,000, fly publish Mitch or get the heading at the top of the white bar on the PFD. We would go VNAV and clean it on up, come back around, probably try it again. All right, gotta get the noise back here, guys. He's not gonna talk to us till we roll out. Kind of skipping around, isn't it? We've called stable at 1,000, at 500. Stable target sync 750. Bob's inside the whole way at 300. Bob calls 300. And I'm inside outside at that point looking for the lights. 300. I'm inside outside, although I can land without the lights. We're still watching right down here. Any kind of drift. Still no runway. It doesn't matter. And get the reverse. Autopilot's off. Bob calls 80 knots, 60. We release the brakes. I think this is hotel. I'm going to come up. This is funky looking taxiway here. What is this? What happened in my Kennedy airport diagram? And UPS 400 is clear of runway 22 left, taxiing to gate 12. Lost them, guys. Kennedy Tower, UPS 400. On hotel, sir. Yes, American Airlines Terminal Gate 12. This is hotel, guys. Okay, hotel, left on Alpha, cross 22 right for UPS 400. See, it doesn't want me to go because of that brakes there. Yeah, this is hotel, guys. That's it. That's hotel. That's it up there. It's just, I'll tell you what, it's not moving, so it's definitely hotel. For some reason, I have lost my. See, taxiway hotel, and two left, taxiway hotel. That's it. Uh, let's just disconnect. And UPS 400, we're disconnecting. Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks for your help. All right, that's it, guys. I don't know what happened with my airfield diagram, but let's go back out here, take one last look, and it did a nice job on the autoland. We can breaks down. That is actually a hotel. Yeah, Juliet's all the way up here, and you hold short of Choo Choo right, but they always like you to clear at hotel when you can. But anyway, okay. Um, we'll see you later. Don't forget to subscribe. I got to go to Doha in a few days, and once I go to Doha, I'll go down for training. So, good practice. Uh, thanks for taking care of me, guys, as well. Father Time's out.